Hello, welcome to my video. I am going to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League. The main thing I want to talk about is what I don't like about this film, but there's a lot I actually do like, so I'm going to have to talk about that first. So first of all, you could classify me sort of as a Zack Snyder hater. I did not enjoy Batman v Superman at all. It's one of my least favorite movies, and it sort of led to me hating Zack Snyder's vision for the DC universe. So before I watched this movie, I was going into this, I'm saying, I'm going to hate watch this movie. I'm not going to like this. It's going to be as bad as Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, which is just an awful movie with characters. They were wearing Batman and Superman suits, but they were not Batman and Superman, okay? They were awful. So I was thinking, Zack Snyder's Justice League, there's no way it can be better than the theatrical cut. Not that that was good. It wasn't good at all. But I thought, the more Zack Snyder you put into this, the worse it's going to be. On top of that, it's 4 hours long, so I was like, okay, Zack. But you know what? I gotta say, I was completely wrong. This was way better than the theatrical cut. Way better. This is the best DC EU movie by far. I don't think any of them come close. First of all, it's a completely new movie. I read there was going to be like 40 minutes of new scenes or something, but if you watch it back to the other one, the theatrical cut, it's a completely new movie. They're the same settings, there's a similar vibe, but it's just completely different. And I know I said it was 4 hours long, but you know what? It breezed by. The whole thing was enjoyable to watch. It was very watchable. It went along at a good pace, and it never really got too bogged down. There are times where you're like, okay, Zack, chill out. But overall, you could sit down and watch the whole thing. If you had 4 hours to kill, you could sit down and watch the whole thing. So getting into what I liked about it, roles of Cyborg, Flash, and Wonder Woman were greatly improved upon compared to the theatrical cut. So Wonder Woman just, I'd say, gets a bit more action scenes, She's treated less like a sexy woman, like in the theatrical cut. At one point, the Flash falls in her boobs. It's just like, okay, that's weird. There's a lot of butt shots for Wonder Woman. But in this, she's treated as, just a sick fighter. She takes on Steppenwolf. Her scene in the beginning, she just beats the crap out of those guys. She kicks them and they go launch against the wall. And it's pretty sick. So basically with Wonder Woman, it's mostly action that is improved upon, but she has some better lines too, and she gets more to do. She sort of informs Batman in on what's going on, whereas before it was like, oh, Batman, I figured out that the mother boxes were something because when I killed an alien, his blood exploded into squares. So I'm like, oh, these are boxes, they're important. So dumb. Moving into that, sort of everything in this movie makes more sense. Stuff that's inexplicable in the theatrical cut makes sense in this because, it's 4 hours long because he takes time to explain everything. And I have to say, maybe it's just me, a DC fan, but I enjoyed almost all of the explanation. The explanation from Wonder Woman on the mother boxes, about what Darkseid is up to, about who Steppenwolf is. I enjoyed all that, and I thought it was worthwhile to keep in the movie. Another part that makes more sense is sort of Steppenwolf stealing the mother boxes back. The Amazons I still think they're really dumb for just, shooting an arrow at a box for like 100 years, and then when someone finally comes to take it, they fail miserably. But at least their plan makes a little more sense. They're trying to, sink the ship. Whoever tries to steal the mother box goes down with it. But Steppenwolf, being so powerful, escapes, and they have to run away from him. So that part makes more sense. Just overall, I thought everything made more sense. The story flowed much better. Moving into what I said about Cyborg and the Flash, Cyborg and the Flash have so much more to do, and their characters make so much more sense in this movie. Cyborg is just a way better character. First of all, he looks way better. CGI is still not the best, but he looks so much better than he did in the theatrical cut. When I saw the theatrical cut, I was like, this is 2017 CGI? Awful. I keep thinking back to Iron Man in 2008, how good he looked. He looked real, And I'm like, why can't they do that now with Cyborg? But, He looks much better, so that's much less of a problem. I just like how he was given more to do. His relationship with his father is so much better. You know, his father sacrifices himself, but they explain his powers. He's more impactful to the plot. He has such a bigger role in the movie. He's just so much more important, and it's just a way better look. I also like looking at him as a football player too. There's some pretty cool football scenes, completely useless to the story in a way. I guess it shows his determination or whatever, or his skills that he had with his body and what he lost when he turned into Cyborg. So I enjoyed all the Cyborg stuff in this movie. One of my favorite characters in this movie. Another one greatly improved is the Flash. Now the Flash's costume, still awful. I think this is just the worst Flash costume ever. You know, Flash is supposed to be fast and quick, and why is he wearing all this body armor? It just doesn't make sense for the character to me. But that being said, great improvement to the character again. He's funny, he's witty, he uses his powers in interesting, cool ways. Like when he saves Iris, it's pretty cool to see how he, you know, uses his powers to save her, and how he's going in super slow so he doesn't hurt her, you know. And he too is way more impactful to the story. In the original movie, he was like, oh, I've never done battle before. But Flash, you move as fast as the speed of light. You shouldn't be that afraid of some bugs, you know what I mean? He was just right away, he's like, okay, I'll go do this. And it was just so much better to see the Flash actually be heroic, instead of Batman being like, save one, then you'll know what to do. That is so dumb to me. Moving on, better fight scenes, like I said, with Wonder Woman, so much better, all the fight scenes. Wonder Woman's fight scenes are better, Aquaman's fight scenes are better. Aquaman is not changed too much, but he's still mildly better than in the theatrical cut, where it's like, my man. Stupid stuff like that is gone. My man. And it just makes it a little bit better. But, the end fight scene way better, you know, and that leads into a more satisfying conclusion in which the Justice League gets completely eviscerated, and then the Flash uses his powers again in an interesting way to turn back time and save the day. You know, it's really cool to watch him sort of outrun time, and the way they did it was pretty cool because he was running so fast that there was nothing in front of him and everything behind him was being remade. It was really cool to see that. And just a much more satisfying conclusion. So now that I've talked about everything I like about the movie, I want to talk about what I really want to talk about, which is the cons of the movie, what I didn't like. And one of the main things I thought is Zack Snyder is just, this is how he directs. He's kind of overindulgent. He's the king of, I'm going to put this in my movie because it looks cool. You know what I'm saying? Like the weird CGI skies. I don't know if they really... It does. Sometimes you look at the background and you're like, that looks like a green screen. You know what I mean? But that's not the biggest deal. Big deal could be excessive use of slow motion. This movie would be 3.5 hours long if there wasn't all the slow motion. You know, there's edgy lines like Batman saying to the Joker, what did he say?
And when I killed you, and make no mistake, I will kill you. Then I do it slow.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna effing kill you. It's like, okay, Batman, chill out. So weird. Edgy costumes. It's like, oh, Batman's wearing a trench coat now. Yeah. You know, and on top of that, the edgy future scenario where Superman's evil again. This is my main problem with the movie, is that it sets up a future I don't want to see. You know what I mean? I'm so sick of Superman being evil. Ever since Injustice came out, everything involving Superman is like, but what if Superman turned evil? Ooh, what would happen then? We know what would happen. He would be awful. He's so powerful, there's nothing you can do to stop him. It's so dumb, and I just don't want to see it again. You know what I mean? Another thing with Zack Snyder is he has overly long scenes. Like there were a few times where I had to just fast forward because I'm so bored by this, and it literally means nothing. For example, at one point Aquaman is going back into the water away from a group of villagers, and for some reason this woman is just singing Nordic songs, and it just zooms in on her face while she picks up his little sweater and she's singing songs, and it's like, okay, Zack Snyder, just cut this scene. This is not necessary. But for some reason, you gotta watch her for like 2 minutes sing about, I just don't care about what she has to say. And I literally skipped that scene. So I sort of touched upon it before, but the main problem I think with Zack Snyder's DC Universe is his lack of understanding of both Batman and Superman. Batman remains an awful character in this movie, building off of his awful performance in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. One main problem is that you just can't differentiate the character from the actor. When you look at this version of Batman, for me, all I can see is Ben Affleck. I don't see, like, Christian Bale sort of gets lost in the role. You're like, oh, I know the actor Christian Bale, but when I watch The Dark Knight, I see Bruce Wayne and Batman. You know what I mean? Ben Affleck is just like, hey, it's me, Ben Affleck. I'm wearing a suit. And now, oh, he puts on the Batman suit. Hey, it's me, Ben Affleck. I'm wearing the Batman suit. And his voice is awful. His costume, I don't like it. He has muscles already. I don't know why he needs big, fat, fake ones. You know, I know it's an homage to The Dark Knight Returns, but I don't think they pulled it off. I'm sorry, haters. It just wasn't great to me. And the main thing, sort of, is the excessive use of guns. Literally, in the final action scene, I'm not saying the action scene is bad, but Batman literally uses guns the whole time. He picks up an alien gun, he's killing aliens with it, and then at one point he gets to the big, like, turret thing, and he's, like, mowing down aliens with it. And that's fine if you give that to, like, say, maybe Green Arrow or something. But Batman, I just don't think, oh yeah, he's got guns all over his Batmobile too. It's just, why is Batman using guns so much? It's just not his character, and it just takes away from his character, I think. Leading into that, the dumb future scenario where Superman has turned evil. Like I said, I'm so sick of evil Superman. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill the Joker. Oh, we get this ragtag band of guys, and we're gonna go stop evil Superman. I don't want Superman to turn evil. I just don't want these edgy scenarios. It's too edgy for me, and I don't care about that. Maybe that's what some people want to see, and I'm not even saying the movie will be bad, you know? Maybe it will be good. I thought Zack Snyder's Justice League would be bad, but it was good. Maybe this potential future movie would be good. All I'm saying is I kind of want to see Batman and Superman together as superheroes. You know, that's what I want. I want to feel happy by the end of the movie. I want to be like, you know what? Superman, a beacon of hope. Batman, not quite as hopeful, but just as morally righteous. And together they can fight and stop evil. That's what I want to see. But you know what? I enjoyed this movie. And would I want to see more in this universe? I guess yes. Especially because we have other Batman stuff coming out that can sort of supplement my need, hopefully, for a more traditional good Batman. But we'll see, I guess. So thank you for listening to me talk for however long I've been talking. And nothing else to say.
Poor Lois.
How she suffered so.
Besides, who's gonna give you a reach around?